If I could ask you all to remain standing, we'll have the national anthem played for us by it'll be our school jazz choir, however they will be doing it by way of recording. We have a flag up here for you.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
Thank you. The folks that did that are students currently at Hartford High, so that makes it even more impressive. I'd like to welcome you here tonight to the 123rd Annual Commencement Exercise. You're taking part in a tradition that goes back to the late 19th century. We have a number of folks here tonight who have a variety of things they'd like to pass along to you, and so we'll start with that, and I would like to introduce to you Mr. Tom DeBalzi, the Superintendent of Hartford School District.
Thank you, Mr. Kalia. It's my proud honor to welcome the class of 2014. Parents, family, friends, school board of directors, faculty, and administration. We are here tonight to celebrate the completion of one milestone and the beginning of another, adult life. Graduates, no matter where you go or what you do, you will have more freedoms, more opportunities for yourself, and more chances to make mistakes. Parents, you too will make changes. You too will experience change. You won't have the assurance that your child is in this building every day, nearby if you need to reach them, or that they will be home right after school. For many, this event is an array of mixed emotions. Great happiness because a significant change has occurred. Great sadness because significant changes are to occur. As our students go off to school and to work in the world, to begin their own lives, rest assured they are prepared. They have met and exceeded our expectations. This school district, your parents and family have prepared you well. I know because I have seen your work. I know because I have talked to many of you. I know because I've heard of your accomplishments. As I look out at each of you, I'm overwhelmed with pride. Pride because you are smart and you are good people. I am confident that you will be successful. You are ready. From here, it's up to you. Up to you to apply what you've learned, to try new things, to reach for your dreams. Never doubt, however, as you begin your journey, no matter what that should entail, should you need reassurance at any time, that this community that raised you will be here. We are your foundation. We are your roots. The roots that will help you grow. So thank you. And again, welcome to the 123rd commencement exercises of the Hartford High School.
Being a history teacher before I was a principal, I can't resist the opportunity to have a class of 1,000 people here to impart some historical knowledge to. I did a little checking, and when the first graduating class left Hartford High School, a gentleman by the name of Benjamin Harrison was president, and he was the 23rd president. We've had 24, so we were starting the second half, you might say, of our run of presidents at the time the school was founded. It also roughly correlates with about the midpoint of our country's history too, so that this school has been a part, and the people who graduated from here over the years have been a part of a lot of events in American history that have happened in the last 20, 25 years or so. In keeping with that theme, I want to have you meet a gentleman by the name of David Briggs, if you would come up here. What I don't want people to walk out here and say, oh, President Harrison was at the first graduation. I didn't say that. He was president in Washington. I don't want you to think that David Briggs was at the first graduation, because he wasn't either. However, he was here 50 years ago when this facility, as we know it today, opened, and he has a few things to say in conjunction with that for the behalf of the class of 1964.
Good evening and congratulations, and especially to all the faculty and family members here. This is one of those great moments where we as citizens realize how important it is to stick together as a community. And you guys look great. Stand up and wave to your community. Stand up. Wave to your community. 50 years ago tonight in this gym, for the first time ever, 82 of us commenced our adult lives as the class of 1964. This school, proudly built and paid for by the people of Hartford, was brand new 50 years ago. On that occasion, if I had been able to listen to a 50-year class member, he or she would have been the class of 1914. Oh my God, I'm a fossil. 1914 was the year the First World War started, and that is now 100 years ago. So this new tradition of having a 50-year class member say a few words each year, 50 years out from now, you'll have a 100-year perspective because of what I say tonight, and you can share that with the class of 2064. My title for these remarks tonight is How Far We Have Come, but How Far You Have to Go. We're the baby boomers, born in 1946. It seems kind of a funny title for a 68-year-old person. Baby boomer. The boom began in 46 and ended in 64. And by the way, the 75-year class is the greatest generation, which is our parents. They're the class we admire for surviving the Great Depression, valor in World War II, defeating the Nazis, and for putting a man on the moon. But here are some hallmarks of our times as young adults. Rock and roll and Elvis and the Beatles and the Civil Rights Movement, the generation gap, the hippie generation, the Back to the Land movement to change Vermont, environmental regulations, the Cold War, the Vietnam War, the Peace Corps, the contention that God is dead, the Summer of Love, marijuana, narcotics, psychedelic drugs, mainframe computers, to iPods, and the arrival of penicillin to now many cures for cancer. But here are some of the issues very much still on the table. These may have come of age in our time, but they still need work. Until these are more fully understood and reconciled, we will all continue to have more troubles than we want. Affirmative action in women's rights, gay rights, behaviors from bullying to domestic abuse, the heartfelt debates around pro-life versus pro-choice, realization of the addictive personality, the war on drugs, clinical depression as a silent killer, global terrorism and U.S. foreign policy, energy policy and global warming as a concept. These are tough, tough, tough issues with no clear pathways. None of us here can afford to simply dismiss the opposing view on any of them. And now as graduates, you are ready to become one of us, and we need you to join in with us on these issues. How we all relate in this country is an important concern. Caustic polarity is prevalent. Overly simplified labels like liberals versus conservatives shut down the possibilities and turn us against each other. So don't rush to judgment on anything. Stay curious as long as you can. Let the spirit of curiosity come first. Stay calm, preserve your objectivity for as long as possible. In each instance, whether it be road rage, personal relationships, politics, or anything, education is a vital key to this. Get more of it on the job every day. It doesn't end tonight, it begins, and that's why tonight is called commencement. This is how Dartmouth President Philip Hanlon recently explained true education. He broke it down into data, which is online in big amounts, knowledge, know-how, readily available and online and on the job. But the tough one, the one that really makes you educated, is called wisdom. This takes patience, experience, empathy from serving others and sharing with others, and thoughtful consideration, lots of it. Don't jump in too fast. Stay curious. Do this good work so you'll be ready to speak truth to power when the time comes. I'm the one here tonight because our class president, Todd Hayes, passed away. I'd like to dedicate my sentiments to him and tell you just a few things about him. As a worthy president of our class, he was so well liked. A UVM grad, served in the Air Force in Vietnam and Cambodia. His fluency in Chinese saved many lives. He was a war hero, but he died too young because he was impacted by undiagnosed alcoholism and a heartbreaking fear of dealing with his gayness. So life can be short. We of the class of '64 wish you, the class of 2014, the very best. And we can't believe how quickly you got here. So go out and do what you love and love what you do. Your days at Hartford will serve you well, just as they have served the class of 1964. This is as true tonight as it was 50 years ago and 50 years before that. So stand tall, walk proud. You're about to become Hartford graduates. Godspeed.
Next, if I could have Evan Brown please come forward, and also Miss Edson. Evan is our salutatorian. Ordinarily, we would read for you a list of the many accomplishments which Evan has managed to acquire during the course of his time here at Hartford High School. We're going to do a little bit differently tonight. Miss Edson asked if she could prepare something special, and I said yes. So Miss Edson will tell you about Evan, and then Evan will tell us what we need to know.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you Evan Brown through an adaptation of Green Eggs and Ham by Dr. Seuss. I am Evan. I am Evan. Evan Brown. That Evan Brown, that Evan Brown, I cannot stomp that Evan Brown. Mr. Kobe, can you stomp that Evan Brown? I cannot stomp that Evan Brown. I cannot stomp you, Evan Brown. Can you stomp him freshman year or junior year? I could not stomp him freshman year or junior year. I could not stomp him any year. I cannot stomp that Evan Brown. I cannot stomp you, Evan Brown. Could we stomp him with the AP exam? Could we stomp him with the SAT exam? We cannot stump him with the AP exam. We cannot stump him with the SAT exam. Mr. Kobe could not stump him freshman year. Mr. Kobe could not stump him junior year. We could not stump him any year. We could not stump that Evan Brown. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. Mrs. Kent, could you stump him with Algebra 2? Could you stump him with Computer Programming 2? Not with Algebra 2. Not with Computer Programming 2, not with the AP exam, not with the SAT exam. Mr. Kobe could not stump him freshman year or junior year. We could not stump him any year. We could not stump that Evan Brown. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. Would Mr. Hathorne, could Mr. Hathorne, in advanced U.S. history, stump him, here he is. Mr. Hathorne would not, could not in advanced U.S. history. Mr. Hathorne will stump him. You will see Mr. Hathorne will stump him in creating 3D history. Mr. Hathorne would not in 3D history, not in advanced U.S. history. How could that be? Mrs. Kent could not stump him in Algebra 2. Mrs. Kent could not stump him with Computer Programming 2. We could not stump him with the AP exam. We could not stump him with the SAT exam. Mr. Colby could not stump him freshman year. Mr. Colby could not stump him junior year. We could not stump him any year. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. A college. Could Dartmouth? Would Dartmouth, our local college? Not at the college. Not in creating a 3D history, not in advanced U.S. history. Evan, how can this be? Mrs. Kent could not, would not in Algebra 2. Mrs. Kent could not, would not in Computer Programming 2. We did not stump him with the SAT exam. We did not with the AP exam. Mr. Colby did not freshman year or junior year. We did not any year. We could not stump that Evan Brown. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. Say, Math 8. Here in Math 8. Would Math 8, could Math 8, in calculus functions of one and several variables? Math 8 would not, could not. In calculus of functions of one and several variables. Would Math 13, could Math 13, in calculus of vector-valued functions? Math 13 would not, could not, in calculus of vectored and valued functions. Not in Math 8, not in college. Not in advanced U.S. history, not in creating 3D history. We could not stump him, Evan, you see. Not on the AP exam, not in Algebra 2, not on the SAT exam, not in Computer Programming 2. Mr. Colby could not stump him freshman year or junior year. We could not stump him any year. We could not stump that Evan Brown. We could not stump you, Evan Brown. Could Math 22? Would Math 22? In linear algebra with applications, Math 22 would not, could not, in linear algebra with applications. Would we, could we, in tennis? We could not, would not in tennis. We could not, would not with Math 22. We will not stump him with Math 13. We will not stump him in college, not in Math 8, not with creating a 3D history, not with advanced U.S. history. How can it be? Mrs. Kent could not stump him with Algebra 2. Mrs. Kent could not stump him with Computer Programming 2. We could not stump him with the AP exam. We could not stump him with the SAT exam. Mr. Colby could not stump him his freshman year or junior year. We could not stump him any year. We cannot stump that Evan Brown. We cannot stump you, Evan Brown. You cannot stump him, so you say, try MIT. Try MIT, and they may. Try MIT, they may, I say. Evan, you will show them. MIT, watch out, here comes one of Hartford's best. Oh, wait, sorry. Say, he likes it at MIT. He likes it there, that Evan Brown. And he will take their math, and he will take their science, and he will take their robotics and engineering and writing, and he will be a star. He will go far. He is so, so smart, you see. So he will go to Cambridge and do research and conduct labs and discover innovative designs and be challenged. Say, he will be at MIT.
Hello, families of, friends of, and members of the Hartford High School class of 2014. On behalf of the class of 2014, I'd like to thank all the parents, teachers, coaches, mentors, and advocates for our class. Let's give them a round of applause. From the White River Elementary School through both the middle and high schools, the Hartford School District has provided me with a wealth of knowledge and has accelerated me on the path I am on today. Although chaos theorists would disagree, I subscribe to the school of thought that believes that 10 years from now, the outfit that you wore or how you styled your hair won't be of any consequence. What will be of consequence is what you learned and how you used it. As you think about your plan for the future and what you hope to accomplish, remember that nobody will be giving you a handout. You cannot just sit on your knowledge. You must use the knowledge that you've gained here at Hartford to influence the small world in which you live. I am well aware that I receive education from more than just teachers. I learned plenty from friends, mentors, and from work experience, including that it's apparently fashion suicide to wear plaid shorts and a striped shirt at the same time. Thanks for that, Casey. More importantly, I think that Hartford has provided me with a safe environment in which I could experiment and fail. Experiences such as getting a paper back from Miss Pattison covered in ink and being left to deal with the crushing symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder made me better and stronger. Although society prefers to focus on recognizing accomplishments with inherent tangible components, our abstract failings in deriving relations and forging relationships are most noteworthy and are better indicators of our true disposition and character. In life, you cannot hold back for fear of failure. The thing in life I fear most is not fear itself, but rather the fear of being too fearful of failure. In life, of course, you should not want to fail, but to truly succeed, you cannot live your life in fear. Class of 2014, I dare you to boldly follow your passions, to not be what you're expected to be, or to be what you think you should be, but to become the person that you want to be. Go get them, class of 2014. The future for which you worked is yours. Thank you. Cheers.
We have this plaque that says Salutatorium, Evan Brown, Hartford High School, White River Junction, Vermont, 2014. Evan, you can take this, you can go to any McDonald's you want to, you can order whatever you want to, you can show them this, they'll be impressed, and then they'll say, take out your wallet. Sorry about that. I'm waiting for it. Why isn't the guy doing anything? It's me. All right, next I would like to introduce to you our valedictorian, Emma Healy. She please come forward. Miss Edson had the luck of the draw this year, and she was a school counselor for not only Evan, but also for Emma. So she has graciously agreed to say a few words on Emma's behalf before we hear from Emma.
So it's my pleasure to introduce to you Emma Brown. Oh, sorry. Emma Healy, excuse me. Sorry, Jason. This is an adaptation of the good book by Dr. Seuss. I think this is one of her favorites. That's from childhood? Yes. Okay. Exemplary Emma, exemplary Emma, exceptional Emma, exceptional. Studying in the morning, studying at night, exemplary Emma, exemplary Emma, exemplary Emma, exceptional. Creative thoughts, serious mind, emerging poet, high accolades, passionate essays, articulate debates, analytical mind, intellectual honesty. Exemplary Emma, exceptional Emma, 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 Emma. How many Emmas you meet. Rare find Emma, hard-working Emma, consummate student, academic leader, outstanding person, distinguished debater. Here comes Emma's feats. Gifted actress, driven scholar, here come learning feet. Psychology researcher, biology star, academic heavy hitter. In the theater and on the softball field, how many Emmas you meet. Up on the stage, Emmas, nose in the page, Emmas. More and more Emmas, valedictorian Emma. Here come more and more and more Emmas. exemplary Emma, exceptional Emma, 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 Emma Healy. Oh, how we will miss you next year.
Good evening, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Before I say anything else, there are a few people that I need to thank. First, I want to express my gratitude for all of my teachers. Each and every educator here at Hartford High School is crucially important to the school community, and they have all taught me so much. I don't know if we're all here, but in particular, I want to thank Mr. Gardner and Mr. Detzer for their help with my college essays and their passion for English, Mr. Maynard for his compassion for his students, and Mr. Kobe for instilling me with an interest in biology. Secondly, I want to thank my family and my friends for always encouraging me, with a special shout out to my brother Benjamin. Good luck, kid. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different with my speech. I wrote a little piece of spoken word poetry, and I'd like to share it with you. So, here it goes. It's not easy writing a graduation speech. You'd think that after 4 years, filled with experiences of pleasure and pain, the words would somehow formulate in my brain, but it doesn't always work out that way. And so, there I am, a day before graduation, sitting in front of a blank screen with a blinking cursor that makes me want to curse. You see, there's one word causing my imagination's fatality. One word in my head. Originality. How can I say what's already been said? 37,000 high schools in the United States, and I'm supposed to create, not recapitulate, inspiration. But as I sit, Googling graduation cliches, my opinion is swayed. Why try to be rare if unique is not synonymous with good? There's a reason we choose to overuse a cliche. It's universal, it's truth. And so today, I want to share a list of cliches so hopefully we find a way to understand why they exist. Because we are the future, with immense imaginations and major motivations, and dreams do come true, if only we pursue them. The proof of this truth lies within our class today, accomplishing more than we ever thought possible, attending our dream schools and setting up jobs, and sitting here with diplomas soon in hands. Because yes, we made it, and that is not a cliche as much as it is a display of endless potential and excellence achieved. It's a statement of praise, to recognize the tribulations that we overcame. And so I'm telling you now, let's go out with a blaze, because we are rising stars. Well, we could be. That's for us to decide when we choose for our inspirations to guide. And I know that some of you may roll your eyes at the unoriginality of my mentality, but there's no better way to say how to live, except to tell you to never stop learning and be true to yourself. And if we stop repeating these statements, stop encouraging ambitions merely because the phrases are too cliche, then we abandon an array of knowledge. So when I say this is not the end, but the beginning, I mean it. My words do not form monuments of nothing, layering like bricks with artificial cement. Rather, it's more organic. My words build up pillars of genuine sentiment, extracting this message from the depths of my heart. And the number one message that I've heard today, the only true thing I've been dying to say, these 4 little words form a bittersweet phrase. I'll miss you. I'll miss you, Hartford High School. I'll miss the posters on the walls. I'll miss the students laughing and chatting and the teachers in the hall. I guess, in the end, what I'm trying to say, the overall message of all these cliches is inspiration is a funny thing. Be new and unique and become the better you, but don't be afraid to entertain old ideas. After all, your muse may be masked, infused with a bias informed by your fears. Don't lose it. Inspiration comes from a number of places, so embrace it. Look under rocks and pick up old cases. You will find only illumination if you accept all light. Thank you.
Plaque we have for Emma reads valedictorian, Emma Healy, Hartford High School, White River Junction, Vermont, 2014. This works very similar to the one that Devin got, only this is a gas card. Okay, next, my pleasure, we have one more individual to say a few words to you, and this will be the class president for the class of 2014, Mr. Tanner Wilson.
Thank you, Mr. Kalia. Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates of the class of 2014. This is a bittersweet time as we celebrate our accomplishments, but mourn the fact that we will all be going our separate ways this coming fall. As we say farewell, there are a few things our class will miss. First, the faculty. Although we sometimes challenge you and put you at the bottom of our hierarchy, we are truly thankful to have you in our lives. We thank you all for believing in our endless excuses as we ask for extensions and for putting up with our unruly behavior. On top of that, you taught us many valuable lessons outside of the classroom. For example, between the flash mob, dancing at prom, and the party boat Wednesday night, we learned exactly how not to dance. So thank you. Second, we will miss the close friendships we have developed here at the school. We have a unique core of students who have bonded through theater, athletics, academics, and other activities. These roots run deep, and I know that these bonds will be unbreakable for years to come. Third, we will miss the senior lounge, also known as the slouge, the man cave, and the grease pit. Many everlasting memories were created in that magical sweat dungeon before it came to its demise. Now, I'd like to share with all of you the top 3 things we will not miss. The pothole in the gym parking lot, the pothole by the guidance door, and the pothole by the stop sign. I urge you all to take a leap of faith. We spent these 4 years gathering the knowledge and tools that enable us to transform ourselves and the rest of the world. As we leave Hartford and take on new challenges, don't let your fears hold you back. Take risks, take action, and take responsibility. If Edison was only worried about the consequences, we'd all still be sitting in the dark. Thank you, and good luck to everyone.
Unfortunately, I don't have a plaque for Tanner, but while Evan's trying to cash in on his plaque and Evan's trying to cash in on yours, you'll be sitting there eating a hamburger. Thank you. Miss Esme Cole, would you please come up? We have a tradition that the departing class passes on the key to the parking lot, I guess it is, to the president of the incoming senior class. I'm sorry, I practice and practice. It's Esme, right? It's me. Sorry about that. So I'll let you do.
Congratulations, class of 2014. On behalf of my class, I'd like to thank you for being a group of truly amazing role models. You've taught us a lot about spirit, courage, and friendship, and in doing so have helped to create an easier transition into becoming the next leaders of Hartford High School. Enjoy every minute of your adventures ahead of you, and thank you for the impact that you've had on our community. Thank you.
I don't know if that's a 50-year-old key or not, Mr. Briggs. They don't make them like that anymore. Next, we have some awards to give out. These are what's known as the Directors Awards. Mrs. Lori Dickerson and Mr. Paul Keene of the Board of Directors will help with the distribution of these. The Directors Award is given to students who are to receive, excuse me, I'm not watching what I'm reading. When I read your name, what we'll have you do is come up onto the stage, you'll receive a certificate. To qualify for a director's award, a student must have a GPA of 3.67, which is the equivalent of an A or better. These students will receive or have received a High Scholars Medal as well as a certificate. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ms. Dickerson.
Thank you, Mr. Blair. Could I please have, when I call your name, if you step up here and Mr. Keene will hand you your certificate, you would follow down on this side and then stand out in front. Don't go back to your seats and then we can give you applause all together. If you please follow those directions, thank you. Mr. James Abrams has a Zachariah Arnold. John Borchert. Nicholas Brooks. Evan Brown. Stephen Burnham. Sarah Chambers. Haley Cobble. Nathan Downing. Rachel Fogg. Michael Follansby. Emma Healy. Sydney Koloski. Madeline Levesque. John Lewis. Tesha Lewis. Justin Losby. Jeremy McGlone. Patrick McGrath. Carolyn Miller. Troy Nadeau. Casey Osler. Mariah Palmer. Joshua Phipps. Megan Potter. Dylan Rice. Joseph Sass. Mitchell Simmons. Peter Sandalas. Carrie Anna Willett. Tanner Wilson. As Tanner comes up here, I would also like to hold him here just for a second for something that wasn't on the program but we need to address it. So if you want to grab your... We have had the pleasure as school directors to have Tanner as a member of our board for the past year, well, 2 years of service. So we would just like to give him the certificate, and I'd like to read it to you. It says, the Town of Hartford School District Certificate of Appreciation. This certificate award to Tanner Wilson in recognition of 2 years of service as a student representative to the Hartford School Board of Directors. We take pride in expressing sincere appreciation for your dedication to the Hartford School District. And this from all of us, and that sincere appreciation for everything you did for us. And our last Director's Award goes to last but not least, Jenna Yee. And now if we can give a round of applause to all of our names.
Next, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Doug Anton. He is the coordinator, director of the honors program, of which several members of the class of 2014 participated.
Good evening. At this time, could all students who are receiving honors program recognition come forward and line up in front of the stage. The honors program at Hartford High School is in its 16th year. To be eligible for honors recognition, a student must meet the following requirements. Throughout their 4 years, they must take 15 advanced level courses and receive a minimum GPA of 3.25. They must take at least 2 advanced placement or Dartmouth College courses. They must accumulate at least 3 credits in a foreign language. They attend 2 lectures every year at Dartmouth College or another academic institution. They attend 2 seminars yearly provided by the honors program at the school. Each student commits to over 100 hours of community service. In the sophomore year, all of the students attend a team building and leadership retreat. And lastly, and the most arduous component, is their junior and senior year, each student proposes, research, and presents a thesis project. Symbolic of their scholarly achievements, the honors program students were awarded their red and black hoods at the recent Senior Awards Night. Their names have been inscribed on the honors program graduates plaque on display in the lobby of the high school. And tonight, they will receive an honors diploma. At this time, I'd like to ask Principal Joe Clea to come up to read the names, thesis titles, and colleges of attendance of the students, while I will present to them with bound copies of their theses.
Okay, first, Mr. John Borchard. His thesis was, "Can mental toughness be taught?" And he will be attending Connecticut College. Next, Evan Brown. His title of his thesis is "Artificial Intelligence Possible?" He will be attending the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Next, Rachel Fogg. Her thesis was titled "Hormones and Their Effect on Young Adolescents." She'll be attending American University. Michael Folensby. Title of his thesis, "Climate Change and Extreme Weather, Is There a Link?" He will be attending Cornell University. Emma Healy. Title of her thesis, "The Aspects of Decision Making." She will be attending Yale University. Sydney Kolaski, "Human Involvement in Global Warming." She will be attending the University of New Hampshire. John Lewis, "The Control of Negative Media in Presidential Elections." He will be attending Virginia Tech. Justin Losby is overfishing, putting the shark population in danger. University of Maine. Jeremy McGlone, title, Home Ice Advantage in the National Hockey League, with attending Northeastern University. Caroline Miller, meditation, and complete awareness in cancer treatment. She'll be attending the Ohio State University. Casey Osler, Transforming Education Mathematics, Homogeneous Classing, St. Lawrence University. Dylan Rice, Non-Storial Performance Enhancing Methods. He'll be attending Virginia Tech. And Tanner Wilson, the 212 National Hockey League Lockout, an in-depth examination of impact. He'll be attending Mount Allison University. Next, it's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Kevin Christie, the Chairman of the Board of Directors, to present the Phil DuTremble Outstanding Honors Program Student Award.
I'd like to welcome the graduates of the class of 2014 and all of our special guests, family, friends, and parents. I would like to ask a very good friend of Mr. DuTremble to assist in the awarding of this award, and that is fellow board member Mr. Paul Keene, who, the honors program was created by former high school principal Phil DuTremble 16 years ago to further challenge students at Hartford High School, to recognize Mr. DuTremble's longstanding devotion to Hartford High School and to the achievement of academic excellence. The school board created an annual award to the honors program senior who most exemplifies the qualities of a scholar. This year's award goes to Evan Brown. This was awarded for his outstanding contributions to the ideals of the honors program, and particularly his thesis paper entitled, "Is Artificial Intelligence Possible?" Demonstrated a strong commitment to the principles of academic research. Evan drew information from a variety of sources, formulated a highly relevant hypothesis, and collected a strong body of evidence to support his thesis. Evan managed to do all this while playing 2 sports, competing regionally as part of the Upper Valley robotics team, and maintaining a GPA of over 4.4.
This time, it is my honor to attest to the Board of Directors that the students before you, known as the class of gave away when I was born, okay, 2014, have met the requirements for graduation set before by the state of Vermont and by you, the Board of Directors, as required by state statute and district policy. I also affirm that they are qualified to receive the school diploma or certificates of completion that you're about to confer. Tonight we have 144 graduates to present to you, all eager to take what they have learned at Hartford and share it and themselves with the world beyond this valley. Mr. Christie, it is now my distinct pleasure to present to you the members of the class of 2014. I would ask our guests to please withhold their applause until all the diplomas have been bestowed upon the graduates. And with that, we will get started. So, ready? Evan C. Brown. Mariah Dawn Palmer. Casey E. Osler. Peter Dimitri Sangalis. Megan Elizabeth Potter. John R. Lewis. Paige Abigail Childs. Madeline X. Lebec. Mitchell Cameron Simmons. Cariana Kathleen Willett. Hannah Elise Hausler. Tanner Wilson. Jenna Noel Yee. Erin Nicole Hudson. Miranda F. Handy. Sarah Grace Chambers. Zachariah W. Arnold. Jake E. Engel. Emma Webster Healy. Jamie Lynn Messler. Sydney Elizabeth Koloski. John Ramsey Orchard. Joseph Edward Sass. Rachel Net Emma Jean Bob. Branson William Landon. Cameron Shea Goddett. Stephen E. Burnham. Troy L. Nadu. Justin Travis Gear. Riley James Horan. Sadie Catherine Gay. Skylar Elizabeth Gay. Tesha Opal Lewis. Danielle Ashanti Raymond. Ethan Thomas White. Matthew S. Seaver. Kirsten Lynn Payne. Adam Remington Tetro. Alexandra Hillary Smith. Tyler J. Diaz. Kaylin Renee Potter. Cheyenne May Hosmer. Danielle Alexis Hodgson. Kayla May Kennison. Andrew Macbeth. Joshua Benjamin Phipps. Patrick John Labuda. Keeper Richard Thomas Harrelson. Owen Christopher Connor. Caleb Allen Dumont Willie. Allison Hope Fellows. Brianne Lisa Lorraine Bumhauer. Indrajit Singh. Jordan Michael Daigle. Randy Raymond. James Avery Abrams. Troy Smith. Sky C. Redmond. Dylan Gunzinger. Christopher L. Adams. Jonathan Edward Spangler. Zachary George Bakehouse. Quentin Christian Daigle. Christopher James Sawyer.
Ashley Elizabeth Fogg. Nathan Thomas Garino. Deacon Connor Kaufman. Nathan Aaron Downing. Chanel Ann Shalou. Kevin Sean Bettis. Warren A. Steins. Gardiner Clyde Tess. Alyssa A. Walters. Michaela Margaret Simon. Damian Lucas King. Derek M. Davenport. Brady Roger McNeil. Chantel Dorothy Sheila Haslam. Kyle M. Perkins. Jacob E. Cruz. Corby Ray Aiken. Alexander John McHugh. Taylor A. Thompson. Patrick D. McGrath. Allison Avery Quarterman. Dylan Joseph Rice. Nolan Michael Viennes. Walter Gregory Shin. Jeffrey W. Leifert. Nicholas Lance Torino. McKay R. Leifert. Zachary Carl Johnson. Madison Ann Labuda. Emma Marone Patricklin. Benjamin C. Kelly. Cody Brandon Blake. Ross Vernon Talbert. Brianna Denise Dubois. Stephen Thomas Witkowski. Emily Nicole Newton. Shelby L. Tatro. Zachariah John Robbins. Patrick Douglas Cummings. Daryl James Reichert. Nicholas D. Brooks. Mark Anthony Knapp. Leah Grace Sieber. Diana Barbara Leone. Noah Aaron Rosenzweig. Amber Marie Burke. Justin Michael Losby. Aaron Douglas Parker. Devin Nicholas Jostler. Kelly Irene Smith. Kelly May Schultz. Paige Michaela Larmy. Stephen P. Roos. Jackson Murray Dwyer. Andrew Blakely Atkinson. Mona Ali Abdelghani. Garen R. Dumas. Lexi May West. Forrest Wesley Mattern. Kaylee Morgan Cubble. Michael Edward Follansby. Rebecca Lynn Morse. Jeremy Dylan Biglone. Caroline Elizabeth Miller. Chelsea A. Birchmore. David R. McCoy. Zachary Edward Emerson. Kyle Stephen Kolensky. Tevin Jeffrey Carter. Asa G. Johnson. Alexis Rio Lovell. Taylor Renee Johnson. Jeffrey Allen Robert DeGrasse. Nicholas Paul Potwin. Devin Alexander Potter. Benjamin Samuel Lyons.
To the class of 2014, on behalf of the Board of Directors, the administration, faculty, parents, and guests, I congratulate you on your accomplishment this night, one that represents a culmination of many years of schooling, the combined effort of many people, not the least of whom is you. Congratulations. And if you were going to do something that I wouldn't recommend doing, but there's not much I can do about it,